Welcome once again. It's a Monday motivation, and I'm happy to be here with you. I like to call you thrivers because we all, if we're not thriving yet, we will eventually. So whether you're joining live or catching the replay, know that this time is for you to reflect, to learn, and hopefully to feel a bit more empowered on your healing path to thriving. If we haven't met previously, my name is Terry Stirk. I am a wellness coach and an author, and I am here today to offer you information, inspiration, training, education, anything you want to call it, to help you in your healing journey. Today we're talking about chronic stress. It affects nearly all of us. It affects us because we're human and bad things happen no matter who we are. Challenges happen. But especially women who are juggling life, family, work responsibilities, in addition to the stressors from unexpected challenges like breast cancer and many others. These are challenges that require healing physically and emotionally and spiritually. So it kind of throws us off our game and creates this chronic stress, which we often don't know what to do with. So today we're going to discuss solutions that really work and tools you can keep in your arsenal to help you manage stress the next time it arises. Last week we talked about chronic stress and we learned it is different than just a stressful day. Chronic stress is a persistent state of tension with your mind and body constantly on alert. You're always waiting for the next bad thing to happen. If you've been feeling like stress is continually simmering under the surface or boiling over, this life is for you. I'll be sharing from my book, Nurture Emotional Wellbeing for Women, along with a few incredibly practical tips from Dominique Sachet. She is a YouTuber, and I've been following her for years. But she recently did a video called 14 Proven Ways to Relieve Stress Naturally. And the timing was perfect. So I've included some of her recommendations in the solutions today. So we'll get busy and start talking about all of that. So grab a notebook and settle in, and let's talk about what really works to help you get through your chronic stress. So let's just be honest. Chronic stress doesn't always look like panic. Sometimes we don't even think about it. Sometimes it's just snapping at the people that we love for no apparent reason. We lose our temper more easily, maybe, or we're feeling exhausted after doing absolutely nothing, or we struggle to fall asleep, or struggle to wake up in the morning, or we wake up during the night with racing thoughts. Sometimes we even lose interest in the things that once brought us joy. Have any of those things happened to you? Well, last week we discussed the reasons, and I shared my own story of chronic stress, with numerous stressful situations piling one on top of the other. And in my book, Nurture Emotional Wellbeing, I describe stress as something that can slowly wear you down. It wears down those emotional edges, leaving your feelings raw, reactive, and disconnected from yourself. You're not failing, but you are responding normally to prolonged pressure. And this awareness is where healing begins. So let's talk about some natural stress relievers that actually work. I recently watched Dominique's video, 14 Proven Ways to Relieve Stress Naturally, and I found myself nodding the whole way through. Yes, it works. Yes, it works. And she has such brilliant ways of describing them. So I'll put her link at the end of this video. But right now, let's just talk about a few that aligned beautifully with what I also teach in my book. Movement is medicine. This is something we've talked about in previous Facebook Lives. But Dominique talks about the power of walking, and I couldn't agree more. I was out on my walk this morning, and it certainly helps relieve pressure and stress. In my own healing journey, walking became my therapy. Walking mindfully with grounding movement, paying attention to my surroundings, taking in all that nature has to provide, with all my senses. So try walking without your phone. Um, don't have some noise in your ear. Listen to nature's noises. It's amazing what you hear when you're really paying attention, or what you see or feel. So let your mind wander. Let your body process all that you're going through, and you'll come home feeling much, much better. Also, deep breathing is that other secret I love to talk about. Dominique also mentions simple breath work, and I want to emphasize how powerful this is. We've discussed box breathing in the past. That's where we inhale for 4 counts, and then hold for 4 counts, and then exhale for 6 counts. And then repeat this for at least 1 minute. This simple shift calms your nervous system. There's physical reasons deep breathing works. It's the first thing we did when we were born is breathe. It means we're alive, and that's what it means still today as adults. Breathing means we're making it. We're alive. So let's pay attention to it and do some deep breathing. Morning stillness is number 3. And I mentioned this in my book, to create a grace-filled morning. In the book, I encourage you to claim at least the first 10 minutes before the world pulls you in. Claim that for yourself. No screens, just stillness, breath, prayer, or journaling. This is a great time to read a devotion. The 4th one I'll talk about today is connecting with others. Stress isolates us. It lies to us and says, don't bother anyone. You can take care of this on your own. But that's not true. We are made to be connected with other people. Humans are made to be with other humans. The connection is healing. That's why it's on this list. Whether it's a quick call or a text to a friend, or showing up in a space like this for a live video, it's where you can learn things and reach out to people and express your concerns or your questions. So be sure and leave a comment or ask a question in the comments if there's something you want to talk about or something you're interested in. The 5th one is protecting your inputs. This one is important. It means saturate your mind with positive. And I'm not saying that we'll never get negative, but I'm just saying spend your time taking in positive information. And the media doesn't always provide that to us, so we have to seek it out on our own. So I'll add this: what you consume, you carry. So fill your space with what nourishes you, not what drains you or makes you feel unhappy or negative. We have enough negative going on in our own lives, not much else. So what Dominique offers are 14 daily habits. I've just talked about 5 of them. And my book aligns with it very nicely because I talk a lot about building mindset, and that's what we talked about last week also. Mindset will support new habits. So you don't need to do everything right to feel well. You just need to tend to what's being neglected with compassion and care for yourself. I offer these 2 resources so that you can assess what works best for you, what tool works best. That's what managing chronic stress is really about. It's not about perfection. It's not about fixing you. It's about just noticing what's causing you to feel anguish or anxiety, honoring that feeling and nurturing it. So try a tool, and if it doesn't work, try another, but never give up. There are so many ways to help in healing and managing chronic stress. So don't give up. There are many things you can try. If you're feeling overwhelmed today or tomorrow, next week, or even next month, I want you to take all this in and remember you are not weak. You're just going through a hard time. You're not too far gone. There are ways to heal and find a better place, a better normal. You are not meant to do this alone, so reach out. That way you can find others to connect with. So start with one practice, one tool. That's the action I'm handing you today. Maybe it's one of the 5 that we talked about earlier. Movement, deep breathing, taking 10 minutes in the morning for stillness and just for you without interruption, maybe connecting with other people, and protecting your inputs. Try one of those or another one. The important thing is just to practice one of them. Take a walk, breathe, turn off the noise, and reach out. And as you do, ask yourself, what would it look like to care for myself gently today? Not perfectly, just gently. So don't get frustrated or anything else. Just be gentle with yourself, compassionate and caring. So let's keep nurturing what matters most together. So until next time, I'm cheering you on. Have a wonderful day.